There was a time in my life where I used to want the last laugh, but now I'm so focused on getting so far ahead that I forgot who I was supposed to laugh at. Like, it's something about tapping into your purpose and tapping into your gift and becoming your greatest self. It's just something about doing that shit that takes your mind off all of the unnecessary shit that don't even fucking matter. See, a lot of things that we feel matter in life don't even fucking matter. It matters because we make it seem like it matters. If motherfuckers don't want to be your friend, that don't fucking matter. If people don't want to be with you, that don't even fucking matter. Motherfuckers want to cut you off, that don't fucking matter. People want to count you out, that don't even fucking matter. It's something about when you're working on becoming your greatest self and having this tunnel vision focus on your purpose in life, you just automatically don't give a fuck about a lot of shit anymore. You know what I'm saying? And once you understand that how people move and how people act and all that shit is nothing but a reflection of themselves, you begin to understand that there's no point in you taking none of that shit personal. You take it personal because it makes you feel some type of way at the end of the day. You take it personal because you feel like you've been betrayed or a motherfucker try to play you, right? But at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter because how people act and how people are and how people move, that's all a reflection of them. That's some personal shit that they have to work on. It has nothing to do with you. Plenty of times in my life, I could have taken the time to, seek revenge and a whole lot of shit. You feel me? And when a motherfucker like me is either hot or cold, that's some dangerous shit. It's not about people being afraid of you or not, because that shit don't even fucking matter. But it's about understanding self. And see, I understand myself, and I've always understood myself. And that's why I've always been big on me being honest about what I can handle and what I can't handle. Me being honest about what I should get involved with and what I shouldn't get involved with. Because I'm honest and I know myself. And how I used to handle things back then was toxic towards myself. It hindered me from growing. It fucked with me a lot to the point where I was dwindling on the inside. I was losing myself. But at the end of the day, I had to learn that the only reason I felt that way, the only reason why shit bothered me and made me feel some type of way, is because of my expectations and shit like that, stupid shit like that. It was because of me not understanding people and how the fuck people move. It was me taking shit too fucking personal. And so, once I had reached my last straw, I knew that I could no longer act the way I did. I could no longer dwell on those type of negative ass feelings that I was feeling. I had to tap into something positive. Because if I didn't, I was going to destroy myself. And that's what a lot of people fail to understand. You're only going to destroy yourself if you don't know how to control your emotions, if you don't know how to learn to not give a fuck about a lot of shit that don't really fucking matter. See, because everything that bothered you, all the betrayal you experienced, motherfuckers counting you out, all that shit, it only bothered you because you put people on a type of pedestal, right? And it fucked with you because you realized that at some point you realized they ain't put you on that same pedestal. They didn't value you the same way you value them and all that other shit. But you got to get to a point where you got to be like, that's fine. And once you understand choice, once you understand that at the end of the day, you decide whether or not you want to continue dealing with that shit or not, because that's what the fuck it is. That's what it's about. You can't change people. You can't beg a motherfucker enough to make them fuck with you harder than you fuck with them. You can't do none of that shit. See, but when you become your greatest self and you focus on the shit that you're supposed to be focusing on, and you become ambitious, that shit by itself, you're going to attract the right fucking people. From experience, I'm telling you, the way my life is today compared to how it was back then, I don't have to beg for shit. The right people come along, anything I want or ever wanted is falling into my lap. Real talk. To where I literally just get to pick and choose. And that's, to me, that's a great feeling. I don't have to give a fuck about who chooses me, because I'm now in a position where I decide if I want to choose you or not. It's like literally being in a driver's seat of my own life. Once I tapped into my spirituality, once I tapped into my gifts, once I tapped into my greatness, it's like everything else that I tried to force to happen, it just lines up for me. Seriously. And I never would have thought in a million years that my life could be this way. But yours can too. But you gotta stop focusing so much on shit and stop focusing so much on people that don't even fucking matter. Focus on yourself. And if you out here single and shit, embrace that. Embrace that shit. Because what happens is, although you may have moments where you feel alone, you have moments where you wish you had somebody to come home to and shit like that, at the end of the day, you have true fucking peace. You hear me? And you're in a perfect position to where you can just focus on yourself. And you in a perfect position to be in a quiet place so that you can hear spirit and get a clear understanding in the direction you should be going. Because you're not distracted by fake ass friends. You're not distracted by fake ass motherfuckers who say they love you but then they show you otherwise. You're not distracted. You may feel lonely, but you're not distracted. Fuck all that other shit. I'm telling you. You just gotta tap into it. And you gotta learn to stop taking things so fucking personal. Understand that the way people treat you, it's a reflection of themselves. And if they did the work on self, for them, they would see that they got a lot of shit they have to work on. The only thing that matters in your lifetime is you learning all the shit that you're supposed to learn, learning all the lessons that you're supposed to learn, and becoming the greatest version of yourself. And once you do that, figure out what it is that you can do to serve other people. I guarantee you that everything else will fall in your lap. You're going to still continue to go through your storms and your trials. But you got to understand that even through that ain't nothing but lessons to be learned. It's for your greater good. It's for you to apply to yourself to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Too many of y'all out there trying to force people and force situations and force things when in all actuality, and I'm a witness to this shit because I've done the work on self and I've embraced the season of my singleness. I've embraced all of that shit. I'm telling you, all that shit that we used to fucking try to argue and fight for and push and press people and all that shit, you do not have to do that shit once you reach this level. It's gonna be like looking through a fucking catalog or, you know, a magazine or whatever, and you get to decide. You get to check this out, you get to check that out, and you get to decide which one you want. But you ain't gonna get there if you don't tap into it. You ain't gonna get there if you don't stay in your own lane. Stop focusing on what other motherfuckers is doing. And begin to understand that, yeah, what they offer the world is great. There's a lot of people out there doing a whole lot of great shit. Rightfully so. Especially if they work their ass off for it. But you can be just as great. And your gift makes you unique. Your gift makes you stand out from everyone else around the world. You feel me? Like when you in the studio, can't nobody spit them lyrics out like you can. When you doing nails, can't nobody stroke that brush like you can. When you doing hair, can't nobody else move their hands the way that you move. When you writing books, can't nobody else think the way you think and put that shit on paper the way you put it on there. That's how you gotta think. You gotta think that way, and you gotta find a way to serve other people. And once you serve other people, through universal law, what you put out is gonna come back. And that's the shit that falls into your lap. You're going to begin to get blessed in so many ways, like so many blessings that you can't even handle it for real. Like your life will become so abundant. To where at times it can become overwhelming. Trust me, I'm a witness.